Hello viewers, welcome to a new year, 2014. I haven't done that many videos lately, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of other stuff. But I managed to get a race in yesterday in what was the week 13 GoT. Kind of annual race every 3 months. We were doing 60 cars, 60 rough cars, 30 track cars and 30 spec cars on Road America. And as you can see here, maybe you can see it, I managed to get myself into position 7 out of 30 cars, which was that was quite good enough. The aspect in this race for a change is that you get a points score combined with your teammate, and my teammate was Rasmus Laursen, and he qualified in about 15th position. So yeah, we were not that good off for the start, but I knew that my setup was quite alright in the entire stint. So let's just see how it goes. So yeah, starting from position 7 here. And we are off. And straight away I kind of managed to jump this other guy. I'm just going to see who that is. That is Marco Derricks. And we're coming up onto turn number 1. And I'm sticking it on the inside, so I take a position. So I'm up into 6th position, I think. Alright, anyway, to just get a view of who's around me at this time, we have Mirko Salati, Saba Volica Jr., Luigi Nespolino, Stefan Musela, and Mac Beckham in front. And already I'm pushing it quite a lot. So this race was a 45 lap race, and I'm not going to show you everything because in the end it kind of quietened down a little bit, so it wasn't that intense, but I really enjoyed running the whole race. It was so intense because you had 60 cars on the track and you had 30 cars to pass all the time. The spec cars were about 5 seconds slower per lap than this track car that I'm running in. Yeah, so let's just see behind me here. We have Carl Villeneuve, good name, and Richard Schouderen, Dennis Garrison, and then Marco Derricks. Alright, so I'm charging Salati here, and we have Saba in the red and black car ahead of us. So it's on, and we are on to lap number 2. I get a good draft here, and I'm thinking I'm going left, and he doesn't even try to protect it, so yep, I got a position. So I should be up into 5th position. So already I've taken 2 positions, which is kind of nice. I knew I had a good race setup, but I didn't think that it was this good in the early part. And already I'm up just behind Saba here. I think the reason why I'm running so good here in the opening part is that my tire pressure is rather high compared to what I usually run. I think it's about 162 on the left side tires and 169 on the right side. And I usually run further down in the 140s. Yeah, Saba's trying to break my draft. Not going to happen. And behind me I have Salati. You can see there from the draft I'm really closing in. I should remind myself to make a new helmet skin. It's quite an old one, as you can see. But yeah. So what's happening here? Yeah, he's defending. That was a good defensive move, but I could get a greater speed through the... Oops. I think I got the position. Quite lucky. I think I am in position 5 at the moment. Just going to check up on that. Nope, make that number 4 actually. This car's so awesome. So right now I'm trying to break away from the draft that Saba behind me currently has. But he makes a mistake right there, going out on the grass, going too wide, and that makes Salati get out in front of him, it looks like. Oops, wrong way. And Shadowrun joins the party down there. So all this happening behind me is really gaining from my perspective, because I can try to break away from the draft that I'm creating for them, and that is really alpha omega on this track because of the 3 long straights. You simply just have to get away from the draft. As you might saw there, Saba got his own draft. But as these guys are fighting their own battle, they are losing time compared to me. So I'm just pushing like hell. And already we'll meet some back markers here, of which I don't have the paint skinned. So yeah, nice opening part of this 45 lap race. I figured that I wasn't going to be the quickest one, so I just have to settle into my own good pace and Luigi and Mac Beckham and Stephen Musella are already much ahead of me, about maybe 10 seconds up to Mac. Yeah, I go wide there, unfortunately. So we are on to lap 5 now. Something has happened to Mirko Salati behind Saba, because he's dropping way down right now. Yeah, they're fighting their own little battle here. Let's see how that goes. Salati running wide, giving up his position. I think he might have some damage. But yeah, in 3 corners, Saba Volika Jr. behind me gained about a second on me. So right here he's really trying to close the gap, and he is in draft range now, so I can't really get away from him the normal way, because on the straights he'll just close in on me. So I figured that this was going to be a long run with Saba, because we break away from the draft from the other guys behind us. So yeah, it's him and me, I reckoned. And he's so close to me right now that he is going to take me on the next straight here, leading up to the main straight. I have 5 seconds up to Luigi. And yeah, here he comes. And I'm not trying to defend it, because he has so much speed that he's just past me. Can't do anything about that. But what I can do is counteract. So I'm just trying to stir up his racing line here, just to make him have a bad exit, and therefore I am able to sneak it on the left side here, and he was almost closing the gap right there. He has a bad exit, but I'm being gentle with him. I'm thinking, okay, he's quick through these combinations, so I can just stick around and see what he does that makes him so damn quick. Oh yeah, almost losing it there. Fortunately, this could mean that he would break away from, he would break the draft. But as you can see right there, there's a back marker slowing him down, and that's probably not to Saba's liking. But that means that I can close in, and Saba has a terrible exit. So I'm now on the left side, and it's not going to happen. But I'm close. I'm so close that I can do what he did to me in the last run. About that overtake, I was kind of okay with it the whole time. I felt that we could all be there in the 3 wide earlier. And now I'm ahead again, and he's not there to stir up my exit from this. So if I can just defend the next corner, I should be alright, at least until the next start-finish line straight. So he's closing in, but he's not really going into my draft, oddly enough. Oh yeah, he's braking early, almost hitting me. But now we're starting to battle it out, and therefore we are losing a lot of time to Luigi up here. Let me just give you some outside pictures here. There we go. I forgot to mention that up until this race start, I had some issues with my gaming rig. I found out that I've been running without a CPU cooler, CPU fan running for the past 2 weeks, I think. So I'm a bit worried that the heat has kind of damaged my CPU a little bit. But anyway, I found out about it yesterday afternoon, and this race was yesterday evening. So I had about 6 hours to come up with a solution on a Sunday where no stores are open in Denmark, and I texted Anders Dahl, he's also running this race, and asked him if he had a CPU fan that I could borrow or get from him, and luckily enough he had. So I got that in the early evening, about around 6 o'clock, installed it and got it up and running in less than 10 minutes. So it was kind of a close call there. But yeah, I made it for the start of the practice without any issues, and since yesterday my system has been running so fluently and easy, and it has actually gained about 30 to 60 frames per second in iRacing alone, with just having a CPU fan. So yeah. It's definitely not temperature restricted anymore. Oh yeah, I gotta see that. Gotta point out see what he's doing wrong here, because I was very sad to see him spinning out. Seems weird. Yeah, maybe just turned it in a little bit. But that meant that Saba is kind of out, bent rear wing there. Richard Sharon also involved. And that means that I am now alone, and that was on lap 9. I did 2 pit stops like everyone else, and I lost about 5 seconds in each pit stop to Luigi. But I didn't have any other issues during the race, so it actually meant that I finished in 4th position. Whoops. As you can see right here. And yeah, I did, let me just push that over here. I did 12 incidents in 1.5 hours, which I'm pretty happy about. You can see some other drivers taking advantage of running quicker times on the off track. But yeah, that's there were no rules defined about that, so I guess that's all right. Yeah, but as I told in the beginning, this race was a team challenge, and that meant that it would be the combined points for the team, and that would be the end result for this race. And there were some small prizes awarded to the winners and other guys. And actually, I finished in 4th position, and Rasmus, my teammate, he actually drove from 15th position up into 5th position. So he did a remarkable job. And we found out that we actually ended up in 3rd position overall. So out of 30 teams, we actually got a podium spot. We were quite pleased with that, I can tell you. And yeah, it was what we hoped for and what we have kind of worked for. So it was good to see something coming from the hard work, definitely. So yeah, that's about sums it up for this race. I hope you enjoyed this small race review, and I'll see you around next time.